Raiders have the number 1 pick in the draft. I'll never say anything's 100%, but it's 99% Mendoza. Number 1 pick to go to the Raiders. I think it's a done deal. I would hope it would be a done deal, but you never know. I'm all in on Mendoza because I saw him make every throw. I saw the grit. He got better after winning the Heisman Trophy. Better, which was great. He had the signature touchdown run. But you're not 1,000% or 100% sold on him.
I'm not. And I like the skill set. Can he be... Most of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL today can move, right, in some capacity. They can get in and out of the pocket. They can move around. And then, could he be the Tom Brady-ish 2.0? Maybe, if he keeps progressing in that manner. But I'm worried that he struggled in the championship game because he wasn't protected. And is he going to be protected with the Raiders? I know they got some money. I know they can get some guys in free agency, maybe in the draft. But they're going to be young.
Yeah,
they're going to be the first year with them. Who's your receivers? Right? I mean, great receivers can help a young quarterback. Can he get in and out of the pocket? Can he step up into the pocket? I think the difference, like if you watch Matthew Stafford play, who is not a great athlete, but he's a good athlete. But he knows when to step up in the pocket, he has a good feel, when to get rid of the football. This young quarterback, can he progress in a positive manner while he's learning, while the team is trying to rebuild this culture? That's my question. Or is he like Sam Darnold? Maybe he comes here and he doesn't work out the way he wants to work out, and he has to go to 2 more teams, and then he has to hit the reset button, and then he gets it.
But you liked his grit and toughness.
I love
16-0, first quarterback ever to do that, and beat unbelievable talent along the way, and he showed his skill set.
Yeah, listen, I like all gritty quarterbacks. Guys who get hit and can get back up and keep on moving. I got much respect for that. My only question mark would be, can he do it in a landscape where these guys, this is the best of the best of the best in the world playing. And all these guys are big, fast, strong. And can he keep learning and keep his head on the right manner and not find himself in a fishbowl where he's the weak link of the Raiders? And then sometimes guys can shrink with that. And some guys can blossom with that. Right. So it's yet to be seen. I'm just a little nervous for him, being in that situation, hoping that he can overcome all the obstacles that can come with it, because he's going to be the number 1 overall pick. And every Raider around the country, around the world is saying, this is our savior. And then if he's not, he's going to hear it in week 10, right? Or week 8, if he's not playing the way they think he should play. And can he handle it?
Well, I'm going to push back on a couple things. First off, if you're the number 1 pick overall, you normally go to the worst team in the league. Yep. Even though you might not be the worst team, you have the worst record. There were 3 or 4 teams that won 4 games last year that went to the playoffs. So for the Raiders, they can't afford to mess this pick up. Yep. And the thing that I'm thinking about, I've been talking about, you got to take him, because if you trade out of that pick and you get a bunch of other picks and you don't draft those guys right, and you say you get 4 picks and 2 out of the 4 aren't good, then you lost out on Mendoza.
So my question would be, which is the more important pick, Mendoza or the head coach?
That's good.
Yeah. You get Mendoza and you get a terrible head coach and he brings in a bad staff, I don't care what he is. This kid's going to be thrown to the wolves. So it's first, you better get a solid head coach with a solid coaching staff that can feed into him, but all the players and all the guys on your staff, all the players on the roster, that they can collectively learn together. Then the Raiders, the old Raiders that we know about and we love, that Raiders can come back. But if they don't get the head coach right, man, I don't care who they pick. It's going to be a long time for them to get back to the winning ways. I know they got Tom Brady. He got 7 rings. But you got to get the head coach right. You have to get him right. You can't tell me it's going to be Mendoza and whatever coach you give him, he's going to make him good. That's not true.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be an offensive play caller. Great segue. The team you work with, the Baltimore Ravens, Jesse Minter. Yep. You know a little bit about him. Tell me why you think this is a good fit for Baltimore.
Well, first of all, he's been there, right? He coached under John, so he knows John's values, but he knows the whole organization, right? He knows Steve Busciotti and what he means and what his values are. So to to bring him in, because I thought it was going to be either him or Anthony Weaver. Two ex-guys who are in the building, both, one played, one coached. So I thought it was going to be one of those two guys. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he understands the culture, he understands the building. Now you got to put a good staff together. You got to put a good staff together, because the only difference of like whatever staff is coming here to the Raiders and whatever staff is going to Baltimore, Baltimore has a standard that they want to happen. They want to see them play a certain way, and they have to have so many wins. Now, is Steve Bisciotti going to have some patience with him? Yes, he will. Okay, he gave him a 5-year deal, so he'll give him some patience. But they're going to have to start winning quickly, and I think Steve Bisciotti's that patience for Steve will wane if they go 7-10
with Lamar.
And 7-10 with Lamar and Derrick Henry back there, right? I think they need to add a couple more receivers. If they can do that, they need to add a defensive tackle, and they need to add some more speed, probably a linebacker.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I want to jump into another big topic. I think, just as a fan, Buffalo did Sean McDermott so dirty. That's the way I want to describe it. Terry Pegula had a press conference. I thought the press conference was a disaster with Brandon Beane. Disaster. They threw a player under the bus.
Yeah.
The owners interrupting the GM who became the president.
Right.
So with all of that happening, I want to begin with, how do you fire a coach after an overtime loss on the road where the officiating was suspect? How do you fire a coach?
Was it a catch?
Then?
Yes, Eric. I mean, it's a catch in one game and not a catch in another game. Interception in one game, not an interception in another game. And you fire him off of that? Now, I don't know if he fired him off of that, if they fired him off the last 15 seconds or 13 seconds against KC a couple years ago, or the last 30 seconds of this past week's game where they came back and tried to move the ball down the field, which they had no timeouts. Should they took a knee? Probably should have took a knee. I don't know where but when you make decisions that are emotionally ingrained into it, because he said, I came into the locker room and I saw all my guys distraught. Well, they're going to be distraught. They just lost a heartbreaking game. What do you think they're going to feel like in the locker room?